Hey, everybody, look on the screen, look on the screen. I hope and trust that you're doing well. So look on the screen. Yep, it happened. For my Dusty. For my Dusty. What's it all about? Well, here's what it's all about. Um, this lady with 3 children. She was living in an apartment that had the voucher program, so Section 8. And obviously they still had these rules that when it comes to her apartment, that a man was not supposed to be living there. Okay. I'm not the expert on it. I understand they were saying, hey, that was overturned. Well, listen, they don't want a man staying her at her apartment. That was part of the rules. I find it hard to believe that she didn't know that. So I guess she threw common sense and caution to the wind. This is going to be an episode called For My Dusty. She lost it all. Now, she was a mother with 3 children. The father, you would think the man does not exist. I guess he's been ghosted or is gone, not in the children's lives or her life. Met a new man, Dust Bucket, and she moved him in. Somebody turned her in. And guess what? They're not playing. She actually, because that violated the rules of her residency there, she was evicted. They are not playing. She got evicted. And I thought to myself, what the heck was she thinking? He wasn't there off and on. No, ma'am. No, sir. She moved him in. So what was she thinking? Did you think he loved you so much? First of all, if the man cared about you, and if you all, I would assume you discussed that, he's probably a low budget dude, obviously. So it's probably what he does, bounce around living out of a duffel bag or maybe 3 trash bags. If he cared about you, what would make you think that he would honestly and truly jeopardize the housing for you and your children? See, a real man that cared or gave a darn, he wouldn't even do that. He wouldn't even think about it. He's like, oh, no, 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 no. That's going to have you and your children on the street. I can't move in here. A real man that gave a darn would not even think about doing such a thing. He would never. But I know, throw caution to the wind, me and my man. Uh-huh. He doesn't give a darn about you. He's there because he needs you. He needs 3 hots and a cot, a place to eat, sleep, excrete, repeat. That's what he needs. That's why he's there with her. So fast forward, when the eviction came and they started setting out again, they weren't playing with her. You know what he did, right? He grabbed his gym bag that had his things in it because that's all he had, and he got up out of there and left. She was left to move on her own, calling her family members and her mom to help move me. And where was she going to? Oh, yeah, back to mother's house. Mama thought she was an empty nester. Nah, they're back. See, this is what happens when you don't have a standard. This is what happens when you refuse to listen, and we don't want to listen to a different point of view. And when someone tries to tell us something that is different than what we're used to, we can obviously see it's not working. It's like buying a vehicle that requires gasoline, and you're going to buy, well, I'm going to charge it up. No, it's not electric. It needs gasoline, and you wonder why you're not going anywhere, why it won't crank. You're going to have to buy gas. But I don't want to buy gas. I want electric. Well, you didn't buy electric. You bought a car that uses gasoline. Well, I'm still going to try. You're going to be there all day going nowhere. Same thing. When a man gets with you and creates a fatherless home, wonder why things keep on going wrong. This is why. So don't listen. So yeah, it was crazy. When she found herself getting evicted, he was not even there to help her because he knew he couldn't come with the mom. All right. He could not come with mom because she was not having it. So he just got his little things and left because he cannot come with her to her new place. So then we start to go ahead and fast forward, and the story gets worse. It's like, oh my goodness. So basically, what this woman is looking at what she's doing, she's willing to basically lose everything. Why? Just to deal with her man. I kid you not. She is basically willing to lose everything just to, hey, go ahead and keep her man. Hey, she got a dude, y'all. At least she's got a boyfriend. At least she's got a man. Don't be jealous. She will lose everything. So now she gets settled and she's staying with her mom. Okay, she and the kids, they've moved in. You're not going to believe this. Oh boy is gone, disappeared, never to be heard from again. He's gone, totally gone. So now that that's happened, guess what else pops up? She has fast forwarded, unbelievable, and she's found her a new dude. That's right. Woo, you work fast, don't you, on these dusties? And he's pretty much the same thing. It's a man that stays with his mother, no job and no transportation. Wow, way to go. Yeah, she's on. I mean, keep making yourself a victim is what I'm is how I see it. So now she's on to the new dude. Hey. The jokes write themselves. So as for the new dude, he basically can do nothing. So stays at mom. She's all settled and all that fun stuff. Whoop whoop. Good for her. She's all good to go. Got herself situated, so it seems. You can guess what's next. She moves in with mom, so she's been evicted, right? You have to find a new place. So, the first is calm. Well, since she's out of her place, heck, you don't have to worry about what do you call that, trying to pay rent because she's been kicked out. So the rent money she had, she doesn't really, I guess she saw it as, hey, I'm gonna do something fun and extra. So she meets up with another disaster, and with her rent money, because again she got evicted, you know what she decides to do? The jokes write themselves. And now I understand why people aren't helping this young lady. She decides with her new dude, because she's in her mother's place, and I don't blame the mama. You're not gonna stay up here and be laying up with some man you just met. That's your problem right there. That is your problem, right? That's your problem. So she's got the new dude, and she decides that guess what? She needs a weekend getaway. So what she does in her vehicle, she gets in her vehicle, gets with her dude. The new dude is like, wow, this is unbelievable. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? She decides to go away for the weekend. That's right. Go away for the entire weekend and paid for a 2-night stay at a hotel. Spend some quality time with my man. Unbelievable. It's like you've got it like that. So you're spending money for a getaway for you and your man. Never learn. Your transportation, your vehicle. I'm surprised the vehicle, to be honest with you, really made the little trip because it seems like to be a little humpty, kind of unreliable. Not knocking it. I'm just saying what it is. All right. So they go ahead and go on a getaway. It's like, wow, you got to believe you have. It's like you got to be joking me. So already a new guy that you've met, another liability. So you're now going on a weekend trip. She sure did. Went on a weekend trip, honey. She and her boo at a hotel, hanging out, having a good time. Oh, eating out, really? Guess what happened? Came back within the same week. How about the vehicle busted down on the road? And it was, check this out, it wasn't mechanical, thank goodness. That kind of problem, but it was like a tire, okay? Like the tire, pops. That's what happened with her vehicle. The tire popped. So it's very simple, you would think, right? The tire pop, all you need to go ahead and do is just, hello, get a new tire, get a spare. Well, guess what? The spare that she had obviously was no good. So they're like, oh no. Basically, at this point, you have to get another tire. So it's like, okay, that's like real simple. Go and get another tire. It's not rocket scientist. Like, ooh, I wonder how you do that. Check this out. tire. There was no tire rod thing to get on there. Whatever you do to change the tire, that thing, jack it up and put the thing on it. They didn't have that in the vehicle. She didn't have a jack to jack it up. So guess what happened? Ended up calling somebody and had to leave the car on the road. Yeah, they leave the vehicle on the road. So it's like, well, the new man can't do anything. Really? And I was like, she should have kept that money that she had as a backup for emergency money. Oh no, just good time, not too bright. So you look up, it's like, wait a second. It's been a whole week. I'm like, well, how is she getting around? There's just no way. Well, no, hold on. That was no, not quite a week. I'm sorry. So we're looking at like maybe like I'm sorry about 4 days. So we're approaching a week. Correction. We're approaching a week. So I'm like, so all this time, how's she getting to work? Somebody giving her a ride. You can find anyone to help you get a jack, get the vehicle towed to a tire shop. But let me guess, don't have roadside assistance. So you're gonna have to probably pay out of pocket to get the vehicle towed, and then once the vehicle gets towed to the tire shop, you're gonna have to buy a whole new tire, and they're gonna have to put it on. So you're probably looking at maybe, not counting the tow, man. You're probably looking at just for the tire alone, maybe $200 or hundred and something dollars. You add a tow in, if you're lucky, $75, whatever the deal is, out of pocket. So you're probably looking at between a tow and purchasing a new tire, getting it on there, you're probably looking at, let's say, I'm gonna guess about $250 or $300, under $300, somewhere in there. Guess what? Don't have it. Why? Well, that good time money was spent on the hotel. So I was like, this is crazy to me. So you're telling me that basically that this vehicle is still on the side of the road. Pretty soon they may put a tag on it. And sweetie, when they put that tag on it, it's not gonna be for a car wash. No, they'll pretty soon put a tag on it and then have the vehicle towed. When the vehicle is towed, it's gonna go to the tow yard. And when it goes to the tow yard, guess what? You're gonna have to pay to get the vehicle out. Uh-oh, you can't even drive it. You're gonna have to pay to get the vehicle out. Oops, you won't be able to drive the vehicle because again, the tire is messed up. So if you can't get it out of the tow facility, guess what? They're going to auction it off. Ergo, she may end up losing not just already lost the apartment because she let a man move in. The rules are there. You don't run the show. And I thought about it. This is her decision making. You've already lost your place to live. And again, you mean you can't call that guy that you took in, you risk your house, your safety, your residency for you and your children on this man? Where is he? You're not gonna tell me he don't have some homeboys that can't pull up and do it. I mean, seriously, it's common sense. A man too. So now the vehicle on the side of the road. I'm like, you does she understand that they'll put a tag on that thing on the vehicle and then tow it? And then more money? You could lose your car. So basically, you will be without a vehicle and without your apartment. Already homeless, staying with mom. For my Dusty. So you see a downward spiral. And it's like, wow, this woman can't get any help. It's like with a friend of mine. I was saying something I wanted to do. Man, rolled up with the money. I'm like, no, no, no. This is not whoa, wait a minute. Slow down. It's okay. I'm not talking about some kind of necessity here. No, you want to do it. I got you. I got you. We've been there for each other. I'm like, no, 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 no. Trust me. Nah. Why isn't anyone there for this young woman? Because they're tired. They have been, they've been being there for her. They're tired. They are tired. They don't want to hear anymore. They don't want any, oh, let me see, we'll see what happened was. Really? What happened was that they're tired. For my Dusty. This is crazy to me. So you gonna be out on the street? I already lost your apartment. They said I'll move a man up in there, and you did. You don't love yourself. That's what happens when no one can tell you anything. I said, so she's got family here in this town. It got so bad. The new boyfriend, who's a liability, he asked the neighbors. Nobody wants to get involved, and I said, I see why. Oh, can they borrow what do you call the jack thing to jack the car to get the tire off? One man refused to do that. Do I blame him? I don't, because you already know what's going to happen. You already know what's going to happen. Very irresponsible. You'll loan them your item and you'll probably never get it back. It might end up in a pawn shop. Why ain't nobody helping? People are tired. Where is the man that she risked her residency for? A place to live. Where is that guy? You can't call him. He can't get one of his home. Are you? Ain't nowhere in the hell, especially in our community with a lot of people. Not all, but there are cultures within cultures, and some of them we know for sure their biggest asset is a vehicle, that transportation. You're not going to tell me that none of them, Cletus or Tyrone, don't have some kind of jack where they know. There is just no way. That there is no way. Where is he? She spent her money on a getaway. Get a hotel, me and my for my Dusty. 3 kids in. How does a mother spend that kind of money? Too much you need a getaway, get you a hotel for you and the new. I'm like, wow, really? How do you do that? Life's decisions. See, life is hard enough. So when people see that you keep making dumb mistakes over and over again, that's why that vehicle is still on the side of the highway. That's why it's there. And I was like, could end up losing the vehicle. Am I going to get involved? No. If it was a decent woman, sweetie, I will call AAA myself for my own car. If it was a decent woman, I don't know her like that. I don't care to. Because people that keep making dumb decisions with their lives, I don't want to get involved because then it involves me and time consuming. But a decent shit, baby, we'll get AAA. A decent chick. I got the thing in my vehicles, in all three. I sure would. I have an older vehicle. I drive every now and then. I love it. That's my baby. I'm a tomboy at heart, okay? Here's the, get it done. But it's not my job to help. I see a woman who makes bad decisions over and over again, and I'd ask one person, I was like just trying to see what they were thinking, and they were like, "Yep, no, I don't want to loan it to it because number one, if I go and try to help, I'm gonna have to go and drive over there, then I'm gonna go and have to wait. Yep, and you're gonna probably get there, and you're gonna be the one that has to pay because we already know that she doesn't have the money. So sometimes people try to run a game. Oh, I got 3 kids. Oh, I don't have enough. Can you? Yep. So people are already seeing through the game why it's been played before. Person was like, I'm not gonna wait there for a whole time for them to get there and then try to change it. Not doing it. Can't loan mine out because I won't ever get it back. Not doing it. So, yep, it'll be hours of wasted time, and that's sad to say. Ladies saying, "Where at my village?" The village is at home with the door locked, tick tock. Don't want to be bothered. For my Dusty, the decisions that we make, people make. I said, this is crazy to me. A downward spiral. So she may be a mom I know some parents think they know everything. Okay, yeah, some of them not too bright. I thought about that with the Bitcoin when I offered someone that I know. I said, hey, and this was like 10 years ago. I said, hey, you know what? And I was doing quite well financially, knocking down some nice little money. I said, listen, how about we go ahead and set up an account for your son? Uh, you know, I'm gonna fund it. Trust me, you're not putting up any money. Just set it up and I'll transfer it. No, no, no. That's when Bitcoin, man. I remember when Bitcoin was like 20 something, 30,000. No, you don't want to do that. It was 30,000, I think, even in 2018. Let's set up some Bitcoin. Gee, if we just imagine putting a couple $100, what it could have done when it reached over $105,000. But I'm a parent, and I know everything, and you tell me anything. That's the problem. Just because you're a parent doesn't mean you know how to parent. I'm sorry to say, some don't. I said, look at this situation here. Time gets them. I'm going a good time. That's your problem. Good time. And then I looked at it. It occurred to me that's why I get it. That's why no one's coming to help this young lady. Why? They see the decisions that she makes and they see she doesn't listen. You can't tell her anything. She already knows everything. That's why, unfortunately, she's in the situation that she's in right now. I said, so look at her decision making. On the program, 3 children. When will you ever leave your mother's house? Now, this with a vehicle. No one's willing to help. Why? They've seen the decisions that she makes and that she obviously doesn't listen. So people, even time is valuable. There's so much to do. Time is valuable. They're not willing to spend hours dealing with you and the nonsense that you created. And I said, she could lose the vehicle. But it's okay. What they say, I've seen that come before. A lot of people are going to have hard lessons to learn. Woe without a cause. Already lost your housing, your residency. They said don't move a man up in there. You have got to be kidding me. When you don't have a standard, these things happen. Oh, they hating on me. But you did it. You didn't follow the rules. We're not talking about to get your nails done or place lay your head. As my dad said, some people that's too dumb to live, too dumb to survive, too dumb to stay housed. Again, what made you think this man was worthy of your time? Low self-esteem queen is what this is. Don't want to be alone. Low self-esteem queen. Got to be. Are you just really slow? Low self-esteem. We don't have a standard. Picking up liability after liability, and you wonder why. And people with intelligence, I said, wow, look at that. Nobody. And you can be a good person and know things happen, but no, this circumstance here is her decision making. For my Dusty, what kind of man, knowing the rules, would even move in? A man that cared, he would be like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna do that. But he doesn't care. This man that she let into her life, he's in for what he can get for how long. He doesn't care. If he did, he wouldn't have moved in. So her decision making. You've lost a place to live. Now you have to find a new one. I thought about it. Um, she may not be able to find one in a while. Eviction, and you wonder why some people don't want to get involved. I get it. That's time and energy spent on a problem that is self-inflicted. Now the vehicle, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. On the side, that's crazy. The vehicle been there for days. So yeah, the next step is typically a sign on it, a sticker. It'll be either orange or yellow or something to, hello, get your attention over here. And then the next thing after that will be a towing. And so to get it out, you're going to have to pay the fee. You're going to have to, of course, show the insurance. And you're going to have to be able to tow it someplace else. If you can't get, I said, this is crazy. The tire changed. No one's showing up. She doesn't have any money. Why don't they? This is not rocket science. This is not. This is very simple. But no, they don't want to deal with this young woman. Why? Because of her past decisions that she's made, and they probably see a whole problem. They're looking at her demeanor, how she presents herself. for my Dusty. Will risk being homeless for my Dusty. I got some extra money. I gotta pay rent, so I'm finna go we finna go on a trip. We're going to so and so a few hours away and get a hotel. Decisions. What's the show for my man? For my Dusty. Sadly, some women, you're not in tune with yourself. It might be a mental issue, or you think you know everything and you don't. You don't know. You don't even know how to survive. For my Dusty. Already lost your place and now could be losing transportation. I need somebody to give me a ride. And people, the few that do it, you're going to have to pay them. Crazy to me. It's really sad when you engage in self-harm. But hey, what do I know? We keep on telling you. Beware the seed of poverty D. But they don't listen. And that's why some people, they don't want to hear about your problem, you and your man. They don't care. Because why? The situation that some people are in, sure, life happens, and people do what they're experienced to, what they're taught. But carrying the seed of poverty D, it'll never benefit thee. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. And it's the thing, and this is just a picture. This is what happened. Lose a place to live. This is crazy. They said, don't move that man in there, and she already did. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Guess what? It works both ways. And just like she did what she wanted to do. Guess what? I guess the housing authority, they did the same thing too. And I'm out.